So there it is. There people are very mad that this individual is been cast. I think he's one of these very good looking guys, like a pointy, has some green eyes, is a body. I forget his name, but let's listen in. We'll find out.
When dark enough,
we can take
Aaron
this down.
Pierre, it's like a Daniel RPK rumor. So who knows? But there's a rumor that hey, actors like Aaron Pierre are being eyed to play.
Aaron, this is him, Aaron Pierre. Now, what do I think before we go further? If he can make a good T'Challa, probably he's physically endowed. You know, he looks athletic and all those things. But there'll be, how do I put this gently? There'll be a lot of people who are obsessed with the hue. Does he have enough melanin? Is he dark enough? Yes, is he dark enough? we can have that argument. Is he dark enough to be Black Panther? You made a woman Black Panther. So what are you going to tell us if he's black enough? In my opinion, he can fit the role. I don't know, there's a mosquito that keeps... What the hell? In my opinion, this guy can fit. He can fill the role quite perfectly. What was I forget the series he was in. They're trying to bring him in as a new like action actor. In my opinion, I think I'm not convinced with the acting talent. It's there, but it's not like, oh wow, like this guy is really good. I think he depends more on how he looks than the actual acting talent. I hope he can get better. I'm sure he can if he's under good directors. He can become better. So this is the guy they are talking about. So
T'Challa in Avengers Secret Wars or something, and black people had a fucking meltdown because he's not black enough because he's biracial.
Light skinned T'Challa with green eyes. I think the F not. I'm telling you, black Americans are obsessed with skin color. They've been infected with that wokeness. They can't help it. It's a sickness. I'm telling you. There's nothing they talk about that they don't filter through that. Like, I'm black, so everything I have to filter. I don't even know what that means. That's why we have so many like problems with them when we are trying to deal. You know, so like because they always have these hang-ups of skin color. Just
how black is he?
Well, according to them,
this guy can be. He's light skinned, but I mean, he looks the part.
Light skin and word for T'Challa. We don't need no yellow skin, green eyed, light skin. Like it was crazy.
I'm telling you tripping, bro. You tripping.
They have been asking for, and rightly so, T'Challa to be recast. Like I've been asking, that's what they should have done instead of exploiting Chadwick Boseman's death in a fucking sequel that was god awful that ended up being a movie about an isolationist ethno state trying to keep out an illegal alien invasion.
Oh, must be nice.
If you don't understand what they're talking about, it's like the kind of, how do we say it? Because Hollywood is so woke, they talk about the immigration, no person is illegal, those kind of stupid things. This particular Wakanda, if you've watched this Wakanda Forever, they had where these guys are invading. They're like Latino, Indian, brown-looking people. They're invading the ethno state of Wakanda to try to get in, and they're being stopped. So they are trying to draw the juxtaposition between the actual U.S. immigration problems with it. Anyway, it's because of Hollywood were being a bit silly about it. That's why.
Why did they open their borders up, eh?
Yeah. I am with black people. I am with you. I am on your side. T'Challa should be dark skinned because it wouldn't make any sense in Wakanda, in this isolationist Wakanda, for him to be biracial. However,
That's the thing. That if you're to be pure about that, fine. But they've done too many. So they're showing you here the people who've been changed to deep black, from white to black, from woman to man. From it's I've actually hated it. I can't lie to you, especially when they do these white to black swaps. I can't take it. It just feels such pandering nonsense. You know, like if they really gave a damn, they would come to Africa. There's thousands of tribes they have the money. They can just go and get the best meats if it's about meats, which they can turn into superheroes and these legendary characters. And, you know, because even there's a lot of like Luanda Magere, Man of Stone, you know, like you can turn that into an epic and then you can mix it with some Egyptian mythology, some Sudan, how is the thing, Nubian kingdom, what? You can do some great things. I'm speaking loudly. Book of Ka, chapter X.
Very same people that clap and applaud and cheer while white characters.
Just because the reason I was explaining that actually our Book of Ka, chapter X, the universe, the Book of Ka. If you can see on top of me here, my background is that Book of Ka, the movie coming up. It is based on African mythology and legend, and it's science fiction. So you have that environment of that kind of sci-fi environment, but it's also populated by African mythology and legends. So it works very well because there are many stories that we have not touched, and I'm not expecting Hollywood to do that. I'm expecting us we do that. So we have taken the mantle. The others will come, but I think you have to do something stupendous first, then people can jump in. That's what we are working on.
Get replaced and get race swapped. Like if you're sitting here advocating that, well, of course Idris Elba should play James Bond. Of course this guy should play this white character.
You know, like Netflix doing Zuckerberg the story.
Sure. You can't be upset when somebody gets cast for Black Panther. You don't think it's quite the right color. Like, it's just the hypocrisy of all that I find hilarious.
Who was the
Maybe
kid?
they just have high standards.
Who was in F1? Who was the kid in F1?
Damson Idris.
I think he would have been a good. I don't know.
I think
because this guy he was actually quite good at on F1. He was really good.
He is the lead right now. Like
I think he would be a good
everyone
Black Panther.
Thinks will be the next Black Panther.
I think he would be.
He'll need to put on some muscle. Of course, that's what they can do. Hollywood these days you can do this. There's ways to do it. Yeah.
Black Panther. As long as somebody else wrote it and directed it. But Killmonger, I saw that one tweet of the girls like, Killmonger's like my kind of, he's not actually a villain. And they're like, actually he is.
Yeah, he kind of is though, yeah.
Genocidal.
He was thinking
Michael B. Jordan wins the
But
Oscar. Killmonger's coming back as Black Panther.
I always, like, from the moment Chadwick Boseman passed away, I said what they should do, because everybody did love Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger in that overhyped, overrated Black Panther movie. I said what they should do is just recast, use Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther, and don't explain anything. Just do a recast.
Whatever.
And people would have accepted it and gone with it.
You mean like they did with Harrison Ford? As General Ross,
like they change people all the time. So
only character they've recast plenty of people, right? Mm-hmm. Even other black characters, Rhodey, right? They've done this all the time. But for Chadwick,
it's always how you do it. It's whether the person fits in without having to think twice, because it's a lot on the actor and the director, and the script, to make sure that works, but they can't do it these days. I don't think the talent they left in Hollywood, all those woke degenerates, they can't do anything. They might wonder, is it too misogynistic? Is it too muscular that it's misogyny, patriarchy? They're just silly things. So they put some androgynous looking characters, or they make a woman act more than as a man more than anything else. So what they don't see is that the more they show women to be the women who are powerful and good and whatnot, to have mostly masculine characteristics, what they are telling us is being female is inferior, right? Yes. If you want to be like a man, I mean, what are you saying?
Boseman, they didn't want to because
women can fight too. Women can do no.
To monetize his
and to milk it.
The first trailer we see
man, I hated this scene. They were just trying to extract everything from the guy's death, and the way he died such a heroic death in real life, that is. Like, he had cancer and he never really made a fuss about it until it was like inevitable. Like nobody knew. Like he shot the movie with it, finished. Like he shot a lot of the movies he was doing, the last movies he was doing before. Like, come on now. And then these guys, just the ghouls, they came, give us his blood, his life essence. Nothing came out. Just
for Chadwick Boseman. Yes, it's T'Challa, but it's really about Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
They wanted to use your emotional connection to a human being who died tragically.
Cancer.
And I have so much respect for Chadwick Boseman, the way that he went out and had him hiding that and not wanting sympathy.
I'm not alone.
And
I'm not alone
to go
in
and
this.
inspire kids, go up here to Children's Hospital when he himself has terminal cancer and is dying. Like it's an inspiring thing what Chadwick Boseman did and how he decided to deal with that. And they wanted to use that to line their fucking pot.
I want to see these guys with they brought the Siri, whatever, and lesbian haircut. Now she's going to replace the man. Even the fight scene at the end with the Indian with the flying feet. That character, so cringe.
Pocketbooks. They are complete and total scum.
Absolute scum. And remember, it was controversial at the time. It isn't now. To even bring that up when the movie came out. I mean, we did it, but it was obvious. That's Hollywood. They don't actually give a shit about your cause. They don't give a fuck about you at all. They care about what makes them look good and what makes them money, or I don't know. They don't care about what makes them money anymore. What makes them look good?
What makes them look good?
They don't even look good doing it. I mean, the thing with this the way a lot of these stories are being told, how people are getting the jobs, is that you have to follow a certain ideology to even be in the consideration. And for that purpose, there's been a lot of mediocrity that's been pumped into the industry. There's been a lot of bad stories told because the writers are not competent enough. The directors are not really important anymore, so they don't really hire competent directors. They're giving people who've done a couple of short films or so huge $300-400 million budgets, $200 million budgets. It's ridiculous, and it's all based on equity and diversity and what, but really the diversity they're talking about is just diversity of just different colors. If you're different sexuality, color, but not really personality, your thinking, your ideas. No, just all look the same, but look different, but think the same. That's the mantra.
Speaking of comic books, let's talk about James Gunn. James Gunn likes to talk about, let's talk about James Gunn's favorite subject, James Gunn.
His wife being fucked by other men.
Yes.
These guys are so self-absorbed, man. Like even the big names. A lot of these guys, unfortunately, they go to the sport without having to earn it. They just need to regurgitate talking points and behave like they're woke and what, and then connection. Of course, you have to have Godfather, because all of you can act woke, but now what's the X factor? Do you have a Godfather? Have you been on your knees before? Did you bend over for Didi? I mean, that kind of thing.
James Gunn, who absolutely
his favorite pastime.
James Gunn, who absolutely reads every fucking comment online, every comment on his videos. He is there he is terminally online, and this guy
Googles his name.
He is the dude. He's got the
So we're just going to listen for a bit. I don't know if they've moved on to other things, but let's just for a bit then.
The Google alert set to it. He is the co-lead of the DCU, and he's like mixing it up with people online. And remember when he took over, Ryan?
Let me tell you, if you give me that, the budgets they have, and already those just the comic books, you can't fail. You can't fail. You have to actually be illiterate to fail. You have to be dumb artistically, and then you have to be a bad business person. You have to have all the bad attributes to be given ready-made stories just to adopt to a cartoon or a live action. You have to be horrible at your job to be given $100, $200, $300 million to make that, and you choose not to make a good movie knowingly. When you're telling people, oh, it's diversity and inclusion, and you need to have this gay guy there, and this black woman here, and this one. Like, you do that intentionally while you massacre the story, the themes, you massacre the characters. There's no real good storytelling. The characters are not compelling. The storylines are not compelling. We can tell what you're going to do, why you have that androgynous looking lesbian, trans looking person there. We know. It's not interesting. It's bad storytelling by a very narcissistic, self-absorbed people. Not very talented, unfortunately. Me, a guy like this, let me be honest with you, a guy like this, no respect, zero. I can't respect this guy, the amount of resources and media and what he's gotten to get one goddamn thing. Like, you can't, these people are mediocre. They are not supposed to be here. They have too much, they have been given too many resources and they still fail. A lot of people have next to nothing and they're still making quite grandiose things. I'm not saying Book of Ka, I'm just saying, like, generally speaking.
Like, maybe he should probably not do that anymore. Well, you know, he's still doing it, and he obviously saw all the criticism of Christina Hodson, which she deserves, by the way.
Big time.
Yeah, well, she's written 2 films that have cost the studio what? I'm going to be nice with the estimate. $200 million, $300 million?
Yeah, these are the people are given the roles without having to earn it. So they moved on from that. So I thought that was interesting. I knew it was going to cause problems because of his skin color. He's not dark enough. They probably should make him just for the... I don't know if... I like the guy. I think he has the look. I think he can. If he can pull the role, most people will not even think about how light skin he is. They can still darken his skin if he's really the guy. But the guy of F1 also, you know, it is what it is.